In a world where the veil of normalcy often hides darker truths, the stories of Zion Foster, Brian Egg, and the de Castellane family emerge as stark reminders of human complexity and the profound impact of societal failings. These cases, each unfolding in different corners of the world, expose layers of tragedy, neglect, and the consequences of isolation. Zion Foster, a tragic end in foster care. Zion Foster's life epitomized the struggle within the foster care system, where hope for a stable future collided with pervasive inadequacies. Born into a chaotic environment, Zion sought refuge in foster care, yet found himself ensnared in a cycle of instability and neglect. His journey through multiple placements was marred by reports of abuse and maltreatment, revealing systemic flaws in protecting vulnerable youth like him. Despite advocacy efforts and alerts raised by concerned parties, Zion's pleas for intervention often went unanswered. Tragically, the breaking point came on a fateful night when Zion, overwhelmed by despair, took his own life. His death brought into sharp focus the failings of the foster care system, prompting widespread outrage and demands for reform. Questions swirled about the oversight and support structures that should have safeguarded him. His case became a rallying cry for fundamental changes in child welfare policies, highlighting the urgent need to enhance protections and ensure the well-being of every child in care. Zion's story underscores the profound consequences of bureaucratic inertia and under-resourced systems failing to meet the needs of vulnerable children. It galvanized efforts to address systemic weaknesses, advocating for greater accountability, improved support services, and stricter oversight within foster care. His legacy persists as a catalyst for meaningful reform, aiming to create a more compassionate and effective system where no child faces the tragic fate he endured. Brian Egg, the mystery of Soma's hidden tragedy. Brian Egg's story unfolded in the heart of San Francisco's Soma neighborhood, where community and isolation clashed in a tale of mystery and eventual horror. Known for his quiet diligence and community spirit, Brian's presence was a reassuring constant among neighbors who valued his efforts to clean up and uplift the neighborhood he called home. However, beneath the surface of routine neighborhood interactions, a sinister narrative was quietly unfolding. Brian's sudden disappearance in mid-2018 sparked concern among neighbors who knew him as a reliable and friendly presence. Initial police inquiries suggested he might have traveled without informing anyone, leading to a temporary dismissal of concerns by local authorities. Yet, as weeks turned into months, the truth began to unravel. Reports emerged of unfamiliar individuals frequenting Brian's home, and suspicions grew among neighbors, increasingly alarmed by his prolonged absence. It wasn't until a series of bizarre incidents, including uncharacteristic use of an answering machine and suspicious activities around his property, caught the attention of law enforcement that the mystery deepened. In August 2018, a macabre discovery shattered the neighborhood's tranquility. Police, responding to persistent community concerns, uncovered Brian's dismembered remains hidden within his own home. The grisly scene, marked by attempts to conceal evidence through extensive cleaning and repainting, pointed to a sinister plot brewing beneath the surface of everyday life in Soma. Subsequent investigations led to the arrest of 2 individuals suspected of involvement in Brian's death. Despite initial charges and public outcry, legal proceedings encountered complications, and both suspects eventually evaded conviction, leaving Brian's case unresolved and his family and community grappling with profound grief and unanswered questions. The de Castellane family. A hidden existence in Ruinerwold. In the quiet rural enclave of Ruinerwold, nestled in the Netherlands, the de Castellane family's secretive existence shattered the illusion of communal familiarity. Living on the fringes of society, concealed within the confines of a remote farmhouse, the family's isolation belied a disturbing reality that unfolded over nearly a decade. The saga began to unravel in October 2020 when a chance encounter at a local cafe introduced the world to Jan de Castellane, the family's eldest son, who emerged from years of seclusion to reveal a life marked by clandestine existence and profound isolation. Described as withdrawn and uneasy, Jan's appearance raised suspicions among cafe staff, who noted his unusual behavior and desperate attempt to communicate a hidden truth. Jan's revelation, initially met with skepticism and disbelief, triggered a chain of events that exposed the shocking truth hidden within the walls of the de Castellane farmhouse. Responding to Jan's disclosure, local authorities embarked on a journey into secrecy, uncovering a grim reality of captivity and manipulation. Inside the farmhouse, authorities discovered 6 siblings, ranging in age from 12 to 15 years old, living in squalid conditions and subjected to years of isolation and control. Controlled by their father, Gerrit Jan van D., and his alleged accomplice, Joseph B., the children were deprived of contact with the outside world, their existence cloaked in secrecy and fear. Investigations revealed a complex web of psychological manipulation and coercive control, where the children were indoctrinated into a life devoid of normalcy and conditioned to conceal their true identities from society. Allegations of physical abuse and neglect further underscored the extent of their suffering, painting a harrowing picture of life under the tyrannical rule of their captors. Legal proceedings against Gerrit Jan van D. and Joseph B. highlighted the systemic failures that allowed such atrocities to persist unchecked for years. Charged with kidnapping, unlawful detention, and a litany of other crimes, the perpetrators faced justice amid international scrutiny and calls for reform. As the trials unfolded, testimonies from the children provided chilling insights into their harrowing ordeal, recounting tales of deprivation, coercion, and psychological torment. Their resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity served as a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and survive. Today, Jan and his siblings are navigating the challenging path to recovery, supported by a community reeling from the revelation of hidden horrors in their midst. The de Castellane case serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of human rights and the imperative of vigilance in safeguarding vulnerable individuals from exploitation and abuse. The cases of Zion Foster, Brian Egg, and the de Castellane family expose the fragility of human lives and the profound impact of societal indifference and neglect. Each story underscores the critical need for vigilance, compassion, and systemic reform to protect the most vulnerable among us. In Zion Foster's case, systemic failures within the foster care system tragically culminated in his untimely death, highlighting the urgent need for comprehensive reforms to ensure the safety and well-being of children in care. Brian Egg's mysterious disappearance and subsequent murder revealed the hidden dangers lurking within familiar neighborhoods, challenging communities to remain vigilant and supportive in the face of adversity. The de Castellane family's decade-long ordeal in Ruinerwold exposed the depths of human cruelty and the resilience of the human spirit. Their story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of community awareness and intervention in combating isolation and abuse. As these cases illustrate, the true measure of a society lies in its ability to protect and empower its most vulnerable members. By confronting the harsh realities of neglect, abuse, and exploitation, we reaffirm our commitment to justice, compassion, and human dignity. In memory of Zion Foster, Brian Egg, and the de Castellane family, may their stories inspire meaningful change and collective action toward a more just and compassionate world.